Good morning and welcome, fellow sovereigns. And it's nice to see we have internet. I'm puffing a bit because I just went down the hill and was going to do a chat with the amazing, just the massive valley, the Wantwood Valley, out there, but no internet. So I've just had to come up the hill again and puffing. So today I'm out seeing a new world because this is the one I was born in, about half an hour or so up the road, and spent my first probably 11 years here. But my father was a man on a mission. Whenever he went anywhere, he went the shortest distance, shortest way. And he always went the same way when he figured out what the shortest distance was, because everything was about destinations. And for some reason, I'm cut from a different cloth. I love the journey and I love exploring everything. So I'm out here going up and down roads that I never did when I was a kid here, and just enjoying, I don't know, it's not much different, it's just another road, another lot of trees and hills and cows and sheep and houses, but it's another road. And the other thing about all this is that it's a different place from when I was here. And yes, there's people have come and gone, and there never used to be wineries. There's now wineries in Martinborough. It used to just be sheep and cattle. And of course, life changes, but what really changes is me, or us. We all change. And we don't notice it because we're with ourselves every day, every minute. And so we don't notice the changes. And it would be very easy for me to come back here and act as if it was the same place. But it's not, because I'm different, and I have a different perspective of it. I'm now an adult, and I don't have parents who are guiding me, shall we say. And I get to choose how I feel each day. And I will remember whenever I go anywhere, particularly overseas, when people, you ask about somewhere. I went to South Africa and I was speaking at an AIDS conference, International AIDS Conference in Port Elizabeth, and then doing AIDS workshops over there. And people go, oh no, careful of Port Elizabeth, it's a really rough town, it's a really dangerous town, and rah-de-rah-de-rah-de-rah. But my experience of it was absolutely different. Oh, I absolutely loved it. I may not want to live there, but the time that I was there, for the 3 or 4 weeks I was there, I absolutely loved it. Because I went with my perspective. I went with my, I don't know, attitude, I suppose. Attitude of gratitude. And it was so different from that of other people, and I think we take our attitudes with us. So if I'm focused on joy, weirdly that's what I'll find, is joy. If I'm focused on danger, of course I will find danger. And the same when we went to England, we asked about different places over there, and somebody would say, oh, no, don't go there, that's really boring. But as Kiwis going to England, we'd go there and it's like, oh, this is truly amazing. Something so different from our world. Or somebody would say Milton Keynes, they'd tell us that it's the most boring town in England. And it's not a typical English town. It's all been created, designed from scratch, and built as a new town. But it was lovely. So we can take on other people's perception of the world. We can look at the news and say, that's what's going on out there. No, it's not. It's what's going on out there for that reporter, for that person sitting in the desk saying, rah-de-rah-de-rah-de-rah-de-rah. And so the world, we get to choose the world, is kind of what I'm saying. I finally got there. We get to choose our world. And two people standing in the same place can see different worlds. It's always a choice. And I can drop my fear and my danger and my whatever attitude and switch the little switch in my brain, however I do it, up wherever, and go, I'm in joy today. I'm in peace. I'm in gratitude. And whenever we go somewhere, or we meet someone, the same thing when we meet people. Some people say, oh, this person's always grumpy, or they're always this, or always whatever. If we go in with an open mind and knowing that we don't know this person, and that we haven't heard from other people, we will see a totally different person. And my grandmother was in a bowls club. Obviously she's died now because I'm incredibly old, so anyone else related to me has to be long gone. And a lady joined the bowls club, and she was nasty. She would complain about you to me, and she would complain about me to you, and she was always, everything was unhappy and everything was wrong and everybody was doing the wrong thing, and she upset everybody in this lovely little in Toko in Taranaki in New Zealand in this bowls club, and she just disrupted everything and changed it, and they tried everything, and eventually they came to my nana and they said, Tess, you're really good at talking to people. Could you just have a word with this woman? Just see if you can make her nice. I don't know what words they used, but that's what they wanted. They wanted this woman to be turned into someone nice. And of course, my nana, Tess Bailey, she said no. She said, it's not up to me to make somebody do something else. It's not who she is. And they were really desperate, and they prevailed, and eventually she said, okay, I will do this thing. However, there's a condition. This is the last conversation we have about it. No one else will talk about this woman again. No one else will talk about this conversation. It's gone. And they agreed. That's the deal. So she said she would sort the situation out. And the next week when that lady came to the bowls club, she was absolutely lovely. She was friendly and everybody was, friendly back. And I said to Nana, what did you do? She said, Philip dear, I did nothing. And I realised, and she had this enigmatic smile, and I realised that the club members thought she had talked to this woman and had assumed the woman had changed. Because they assumed she had changed and become nice, they were nice to her. And because they were nice to her, she was nice back. So all it took was a change of perception. They thought she had changed, and so the whole situation changed. And such a wise woman, my grandmother. So it's all about perception. I choose to see this. I'll turn it around while I'm chatting. You just see where I'm at. It looks a bit dark. It's cloudy. And no rain, no wind, absolutely still. And the world's fine. And it's always fine. And yes, I know there's bad stuff going on in the world. There's always bad stuff. We know that. I'm not immune and stupid. However, my experience of it doesn't have to be that. And that's kind of hard to take when you're in the middle of a tough situation. But I just know that when I change my perception, when I change my expectation, something switches. The world, there's a big switch out there. It just becomes nice. And so, what do I wish you? I wish you everything that's bountiful and amazing and spiffing and incredible. I wish you an amazing day. And the opportunity to change perception and see what happens. And so I bless you all and all who sail in her.